This is Alta, a ski resort nestled in the Wasatch Mountains of Utah. This ski resort is known for having some of the most incredible ski runs out there, helping give Utah the slogan, the greatest snow on earth. Today though, skiing was not my primary purpose for being at this resort. I was going birding. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm birding at a ski resort. In fact, Alta has many feeders throughout the resort. It was essentially a treasure hunt to try and find all the feeders and see what kind of species I could come across. Yeah, hope you enjoy birding on skis at Alta. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so pumped up for today's video because I'm doing something I have never done before and not a lot of people have ever done before. I'm going birding while skiing. I'm here at Alta. I'm gonna be skiing soon. I wanted to stop quickly at their municipal center feeders because that's usually a good spot to find some species, but we have one main goal, black Rosy-Finch, and then it would also be awesome to get a hairy woodpecker as well as some other species. So I see finches already landing at the feeders. I'm gonna get my camera out and see what they are. And like usual, the feeders were super busy. There was a big flock of gray-crowned Rosy-Finches that were so fun to watch move around and eat the food. I also got a lifer, got my first couple pine siskins ever. There was a few of them munching away at a different feeder. And I did end up finally seeing a black Rosy-Finch as well. You can tell them apart from the gray-crowned Rosy-Finch because they have a darker overall body. They lack a lot of that brown color. I mean, I don't think I could have hoped for much more. I only stayed there for a little bit. It was hard to leave with all the finches going back and forth. Was getting some great shots. I did see a few black Rosy-Finches. Now we're gonna get ready to go skiing and birding at the same time. So the lifts will be opening in about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna start getting my gear on and then we're gonna hit the slopes and look for some cool birds. Next target species I need is a mountain chickadee. We'll see if we can find it. You might be wondering how the heck I plan on executing this. Well, I have my binoculars around my neck, underneath my jacket. I got a GoPro with me to film some skiing. I have a backpack on that's got just some food, water, and my camera all wrapped up in a coat. So there are a few feeders throughout Alta's ski area and I will be stopping at them. I'll take my backpack off, pull my camera out, try and get some really good shots of birds that I find. So we'll see how this works. I think I might get annoyed of the binoculars around my neck throughout the day, but we'll see. Let's have a beautiful day out there. I started my day heading up the Collins lift, which is right at the base of Alta near the main parking area, because one of the feeders was said to be right at the top of the lift. So headed up it. I hadn't remembered seeing these feeders before when I've skied here, but it's probably because I wasn't looking for them. So we were going right up to check. These trees right by the Collins lift in front of me, there's Rosy-Finches up in them. Most of them are gray-crowned, but I've seen a few black-crowned, or just black Rosy-Finch, not black-crowned. Let's see if I can get a shot. It's perched so nicely on a branch. All right, so I'm at the top of the Collins lift behind me. There's two feeders on the building here. They're definitely not as active as the municipal center feeders, but I did get some really good shots of a black Rosy-Finch. He's hanging out by the feeder right there. And while getting some more footage of the Rosy-Finches, the next target species I wanted came around. A mountain chickadee flew right into the trees in the area. I got a little bit of footage of him as well, and some pictures, though they were not that great because he was moving around pretty quickly. Put the camera away. Let's get some skiing in now, huh? Alright, apparently there's another feeder. We're going to take this really slow because apparently there's another feeder. This may not be the most exciting ski video, and I apologize for that, but that's because my focus today is birding, not skiing. Just stopping because I heard some birds. Here are chickadees to my right. There are a lot of trees to check, that's for sure. Haven't found it yet, probably about halfway down the run. But that's okay. I mean, I already saw the mountain chickadee. I got my black Rosy-Finch, even better shots of one. So there's not much else to ask for. I guess the only thing I could really want is a hairy woodpecker, because I'm going to need that for my Utah Birds Challenge. I searched and searched, but unfortunately the hunt for the feeder along the Mambo ski run was unsuccessful in the morning. I would come back later and maybe find it again. You'll have to wait and see. But they have these pretty tucked away, so it was tough to find. But I came up in the Watson's shelter and found a different feeder. There is one right there in front of me by the Watson feeder, or the Watson shelter. I hear a chickadee calling, but not very active. Oh, I see the chickadee. He might hop down in a second, actually. Beautiful. There's a squirrel in the bottom of the tree. Well, no luck on the Mambo feeders. We're gonna go to the other side of the resort after one more run because there are some more over there and it's sunnier, so skiing will be nicer. I'm not sure if the birds will be more active. And while you take in the views of me absolutely shredding the hill, it was actually pretty mediocre skiing, so I was being cautious with my gear, but disregard that. While you watch the views, I want to talk about the history of birding at Alta, which I didn't originally know until I started researching it. There's actually a really rich history. Most of the information I'm about to share is from a blog article on Alta's website. I'm going to link it in the description below. You should check it out for more information. But essentially, the birding culture started back in the 1970s with one skier, Wendell. Now, according to the blog article, Whiting was a very eclectic person with a ton of different hobbies, but one of those being birding. He brought the first bird feeder in Alta up to the resort, and it's still there today. It's known as the Wendell feeder by the locals. He used to haul pounds of sunflower seed on skis to his secluded feeder, and his efforts ended up being successful, attracting a lot of bird species to the resort, and that really sparked the movement. There's a lot more information on the blog article, but essentially more people brought feeders, more people brought bird seed, and it created a great source of food for these winter birds where they needed them. And they just kept coming back, including some of the rare species I'd already seen, like the Rosy-Finches. Those aren't seen everywhere. Alta's a really unique spot that it's easier to see them than most places. This culture carried on through the years to today, where now the budget for ski patrol includes some bird seed to fill some of the feeders. There's even groups that go birding on skis. They're just as crazy as I was on this day. In fact, I may or may not have ran into one of those groups on this day. You'll have to wait to see. It's really awesome that Whiting really sparked this movement, and I'm grateful to be experiencing it today. Not sure where though. Like into that clearing? Now if you recall, at this point in the day I had only seen 1 out of the 5 listed feeders in the blog article. I did get that extra Watson one, but I was kind of struggling. I couldn't find the rest of these feeders, so right now I was looking for the Sugarloaf station one because I was in that area. Was having no luck though. You can see me here checking the trees. So after a while more, I decided to continue along to Summer Road and check some of the cabins. These feeders are much easier to find because there's a bunch of cabins along the area that sometimes put up feeders and bird food in them. Just kind of a cat track, and there's a bunch of cabins over here that I think usually have feeders at, but I'm looking at a feeder right in front of me, and there's birds calling and I can't tell what they are. Merlin's telling me they're fox sparrows, but I'm not sure. Merlin's sound IDs aren't always the most reliable, so we'll see if we can get some visuals. I'm gonna take a look at this bird feeder first though, so let me get my binoculars and camera out. You know, my system actually is working pretty well. It's not been too hard to carry my backpack around. It's not too heavy. Easy access to my camera. And then whenever I'm on the lift, there's no pressure on my neck for my binoculars, only when I'm skiing. So yeah, it's working well. Pull these bad boys out. Whew, it's bright without the goggles on. Those feeders are pretty empty. Not a good sign for the birds. Got eyes on some birds up there. I think the one might be a robin. Another just flew away. Let's see if I can get some video. Now, while searching for birds, I ran into a group that was doing a birding on skis event. Now this is a monthly event put on by the Tracy Aviary in collaboration with Alta and the Alta Environmental Center, which was super awesome. I decided it was in my best interest to stick with this group because they had experts that knew where the various feeders were, so I'd have a much better chance of finding the feeders. We continued along Summer Road, looking at the different feeders along the cabins. They were pointing out various species and stuff. Since this is people's property, I didn't get out my big camera to film really close to their windows. I didn't want to invade the privacy, if you will. So I kind of looked from afar. We didn't see too many exciting species. Saw a couple Stellar's jay, some more Rosy-Finches. Not a lot of birds overall, but still really cool to check these areas out. But then we headed back to the Collins lift where I had seen the Rosy-Finch and mountain chickadee earlier in the day, and I was the one of the group to spot our very first mountain bluebird. There was a male that I didn't get footage of. This is a female here. But yeah, ecstatic to get a lifer and another one of the target species for the day. Super cool and just a beautiful bird.
We'll follow the leader. Is that right?
And then we started packing up to head to the next feeder. This was the one I couldn't find earlier in the day along the Mambo ski run. One of Wendell Whiting's original feeders, aptly named the Wendell feeder. We started heading that way, skiing down the slopes to get to a gate that we had to go through that I had no idea about. I probably would have never found this feeder without the group, so I was pretty lucky that they were there that day.
So the Rosy-Finches will follow the receding snow. So up in the Uintas and stuff, they'll just kind of play that snow line and get the seeds that are exposed.
Wow, that was so cool. That was the Wendell's feeder. Sat there for a while just enjoying the Rosy-Finches, having some food and the chickadees too. Awesome day. Skiing and birding is something I probably will do more often now. I think I'm gonna get a few more runs in. I might try and find the Sugarloaf feeders again. I heard someone else tell me where to look, so we're gonna head over that way, but we'll wrap up the day here pretty soon. Try and find this now. Let's see. found it just really hidden. There's a few Rosy-Finches on the ground in there. I don't see any grosbeak. Someone said they saw those here earlier. That would be awesome because that'd be a lifer for me. Let's hang out for a bit though. See if I can come in without scaring them. They must be really used to people. I did bring some birdseed with me too. Wonder if I could get, if they would be interested in some sunflower seeds. See if they come and eat those. After having my lunch and hanging out with those birds for a while, I went to look for the last feeder in the trees off of the Sunnyside lift. You can see me searching. I never did end up finding it, but it's hard to complain. I had an incredible day, saw the target species I was hoping for, met a really cool group that was also birding on skis, like myself, and had an absolutely beautiful day out in the mountain. We'll wrap the day up off the skis back at the feeders that I started at in the morning. All right, we're walking up to the Town of Alta office again, just for one last look to see if there are any other species we can add on to today. Nothing new. I did get some better shots of the Clark's Nutcracker though, so you guys got to see that, which is awesome. But mostly still just pine siskin and Rosy-Finches hanging out at the feeders. Still so cool. These feeders are so active. But that is gonna do it. I hope you enjoyed this unique video of skiing and birding. I had a lot of fun making it, and I appreciate you as always for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Can I give you a little